Story number 4. We talk a lot about Hollywood, but is Hollywood actually sustainable? We talk about this here and there, and now we're asking the question again because things are moving on the way they are. And once again, it seems like the middle ground is being scooped out, and you've got these big Hollywood productions on one end, and you've got a bunch of little indie producers with iPhones and GoPros on the other end. And I don't know who to believe, Theo. Somebody's dying. Both of them may be dying. Both of them may flourish. I don't know. I just don't know what's going on here. What is the future? Indie, big budget. What's the idea?
So when you talk about this, you talk about like mostly like feature film like, movies and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
when I say
Almost.
when I say the big guys, right?
Yeah, it's tough, man. We talked about this. I was telling you about Shoka. They had an image where it's just wow, this is like like a theater level, and I'm watching it on my iPhone. Right? It's just wow. What I mean, laugh. That's right. The vision regress. Remember when Tenet came out? The big thing was Christopher Nolan. I gotta have it in theaters, right? This is the
Yeah.
way it's intended to be watched. Someone put a joke out there. He said, "I finally watched Tenet on the way Christopher Nolan wanted to see it on a 3-inch box in the hospital." Right? Who cares, man? What people want to see this stuff. But I say all to say is, man, but they have that theatrical kind of look, right? And feel. You're like, man, I'm watching this on TV. Now you get to the movies, man, and it's tough, man. I was going to talk about this, but I had the chance to see The Creator. Great movie. Garth, his last name, I can't remember his right name. Edwards, I think he did Rogue One, but the
Oh
Rogue
yeah,
One, he
Gareth
got kicked
Edwards. Right.
off. Edwards, thank you. He got kicked off, and so now he's been going on his own journey. He's a great director, man. The stuff he comes up with is very inventive, and The Creator is definitely one of those I highly recommend everyone go check out. But it's like one of those things where people don't realize that he only spent $80 million to make that movie. It looks like he spent 200 million, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. And that's where it needs to go to because these big budget Hollywood movies are just not sustainable. If you spend $200 million for and then 100 million for VFX that you don't even use in shots because no one knows they haven't finished writing the script. You spend wasting all that money. Then you're
Yeah.
looking at a point where that these movies are sustainable. They got to make $1 billion to make money. And how many movies are making $1 billion anymore? So, you know.
Did Let me jump in right quick. Did the writer's strike and actor strike and all this talk about striking, did it bring up anything about VFX artists? Because that's been a hot topic too.
You know what? No, remember there's the whole game thing that the
Yeah,
game
yeah,
whereas they were trying to connect with that. But yeah, you know what? I think that's on the other side of it. Remember I told you there's another strike that's coming. These are the behind the scenes guys, like the key grips and all that stuff. That may be a part of that strike, the VFX strike, if that comes up. But yeah, I can absolutely see that coming about to your point. But I say all I have to say is it sustainable? No, man. It's indie films are tough. You can make it work. We
yeah.
talked about this. People are putting stuff on Redbox, Amazon. We can do a film tomorrow, man. Mr. Benja have it on Amazon tomorrow.
Yeah, there are like mobile phone competitions where create a movie with your mobile phone. The new iMovie that works with your iPhone is basically going to kick people's asses. They're saying, "Dude, I this new iMovie on the iPhone is crazy." I shouldn't say iMovie. The new Final Cut on iPhone is crazy
Ooh,
developed for
really?
mobile. Yeah, so
Okay.
basically, they're trying to make an iPad movie production studio, and that's the vision that I heard was coming out. So, you know what? You got an iPad movie production studio, audio, video, post-production effects, etcetera. Like your scripting, all that right there on your iPad. So that's what they're trying to create. And that's why I was thinking about the VFX because I'm looking at this article here that says, in fact, it's talking about the creator. So the creator VFX artists say AI is here to stay. We're already using it.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, Marvel's VFX artists are voting unanimously to unionize. And so you're talking about making it easier to bring that cost down from like a 200 million to a 100, maybe 80, 50, or whatever. VFX and AI might be the way. These creators who have this big vision, they might just be like, AI is cool sometimes, right? Come on, guys.
Mhm. And so is it sustainable, the indie market? I think it is, but you have to just be extremely focused and low end. So Steven Soderbergh, he's all tours. he did about 3 movies with just the iPhone alone. He did one movie called Unsane. He did another movie about a basketball guy. I can't remember the name of it. And he's just really experimenting with, but I'm looking at the site. There was like about 8 movies here. There's one movie called Tangerine about trans sex worker who goes berserk when a pimp cheats
Mhm.
on her. That was filmed exclusively on the iPhone. So you look, man, I would argue, you would tell me, let me know if I'm right or wrong on this. You're only creative when you have restrictions. And so indie in my mind is someone, if they can create something that's impactful, powerful, whether you have just an iPhone or you create something that looks like it's worth $200 million and only spent 80 million on it, to me, that shows your creativity that you can make it happen. And so I don't think this is more a question of just to create, there's a lack of creativity, not so much a lack of opportunity. And so I think that's what people need to start realizing. As a creative artist yourself, you tell me creativity should flourish when there's more restrictions.
Yeah, I don't putting it out in that term because the executive is gonna hear it, be like,
As an executive, yes. How
they
about you could do this? Yes, for $2 million. How about this? Do the
yeah.
same thing, but only for 500K. I know you can do it.
We actually don't have any computers, but we have this teletype machine and a
Okay,
old Vectrex
perfect.
monitor back there. Yeah, it's all bad. Not those kind of constraints. All right, we'll see how it turns out. If anybody has any ideas on what they think about the sustainability of big Hollywood or even being an indie creator with so much stuff out there and no way to monetize, I'd like to hear some more opinions on that because that's always an interesting topic.